This is Dr. Panda.
Hi everyone, fellow humans, I'm Dr. Red Panda. Recently, my friend Mr. Bear has started dating a young and beautiful girlfriend, which is something everyone admires. However, he recently approached me complaining of feeling physically weak. He experiences dizziness and frequent urination. He asked if abstinence could improve his health. Well, it seems that having a gorgeous girlfriend can indeed weaken a man. So the question is, can abstinence lead to a healthier and longer life? According to a 2016 report by the Daily Mail, Indian monk Swami Sivananda is claimed to be the world's oldest living man. He claims to have been born in August 1896, making him 120 years old at the time. He attributes his longevity to a life of celibacy, a diet free of spices, and a daily yoga practice. Moreover, a statistical analysis was conducted on 571 eminent monks from Chinese Buddhist scriptures whose birth and death years are explicitly recorded. The findings revealed that among these individuals, a remarkable 361 lived beyond the age of 70. Consequently, some attribute the longevity of these monks to their prolonged practice of asceticism, abstaining from worldly desires and avoiding romantic entanglements. However, is this assumption grounded in reality? What changes occur in individuals after prolonged periods of abstaining? Today, let me take you on a journey to explore the truth. First and foremost, let me assert a conclusion: their longevity is not solely a result of their lifelong abstinence. Some male viewers might harbor the misconception that abstinence enhances sexual prowess. This notion stems from the belief that semen represents the essence of the body, and preserving it leads to heightened vitality. Some even voluntarily abstain to boost fertility or sexual performance. However, in reality, this assertion is incorrect. Semen is not some precious substance. Its primary components include water, proteins, various enzymes, inorganic salts, and some sugars. These substances can be obtained through a regular diet, and as long as the body functions normally, there won't be a deficiency issue. Semen is just one type of bodily fluid and is not the essence of the human body. The harms of male abstinence and indulgence. Long-term abstinence not only fails to enhance male sexual performance but may even lead to the opposite effect. Picture the male reproductive system as a vast pond teeming with countless happy tadpoles. The testicles are like the mother frog in this pond, incredibly prolific and capable of producing billions of tadpoles in a single day. Of course, over time, some tadpoles naturally leave the pond, venturing into a wider world. This constant cycle ensures that the pond remains a vibrant and lively scene. However, if there's a prolonged absence of tadpoles leaving, the pond becomes congested and overwhelmed. Some tadpoles find themselves blocked in reproductive organs like the prostate and seminal vesicles, leading to inflammation in these organs. These trapped tadpoles, due to factors such as lack of movement and aging, gradually lose vitality and their overall health deteriorates. These older and weakened tadpoles, even if eventually released, face difficulties in fertilizing eggs when encountering them. This results in a decline in male fertility. Besides the physiological impact, prolonged abstinence also has noticeable psychological effects. Sexual desire is one of the most basic human needs. If this need goes unfulfilled for an extended period, individuals may become anxious, irritable, and unable to concentrate. Therefore, it's essential for our male counterparts to learn how to appropriately satisfy their desires, always within reasonable and legal limits. Otherwise, there's a risk of straying down the wrong path, which could lead to more harm than benefit. Just as the saying goes, a weapon left unused will rust. However, it's crucial to balance it wisely, as constant use can also lead to overexertion. Like abstinence, excessive indulgence can also lead to a decline in sexual function. Engaging in too much sexual activity can keep the sexual organs in a constant state of congestion, increasing the risk of infections and inflammation, and in severe cases, even infertility. Maintaining a continuous state of heightened excitement in the brain can lead to neglect of various bodily functions. Without the brain's supervision, organs are prone to rebellious behavior, posing risks of hormonal imbalances and ultimately damaging kidney function. I believe the dangers of kidney damage need no further explanation, especially for those seasoned in the ways of the romantic arena. Overindulgence in sexual activity can undoubtedly put a strain on the muscles in the lower back, making it highly susceptible to discomfort and even injury, such as muscle strain. When kidney deficiency is coupled with lower back muscle strain, the importance of moderation should be clear to everyone. After all, there are numerous historical examples of people who died young due to excessive indulgence. Emperor Ling of the Han Dynasty in ancient China exhibited an unusually lascivious behavior. Despite having dozens of beautiful concubines, he remained unsatisfied and redirected his attention towards palace maids. In pursuit of his desired ones, he disregarded timing and decorum, even making advances without considering the appropriate circumstances. For the sake of easy enjoyment, he had palace maids wear open-crotch pants and constructed a nude swimming pool in the palace where he spent his time daily with the chosen maids. Such debauchery, coupled with prolonged alcohol abuse, ultimately led to the premature death of Emperor Ling at the age of 33. The harms of female abstinence and indulgence. Due to the difference in physiological structure, the impact of abstinence on women is also slightly different from that on men. When people applaud for love, the man's little brother sometimes touches the woman's cervix. And if at this time the man's little brother carries some bacteria, it is very easy to cause cervical infection. Serious cases may even increase the risk of cervical cancer. Therefore, as long as women do not have sex, they can greatly reduce the risk of some cervical diseases. But the harm of abstinence is also not to be ignored. If for men, the decline of sexual function will make them scared. What will make women frightened, I'm afraid, is the decline of their appearance. Long-term lack of sex life will make the estrogen in women's body unable to secrete normally, resulting in endocrine disorders which will make them pale, spotted, and acne. On the other hand, the decrease of sex hormone secretion will also affect the few days of women's monthly period. Women's menstruation and sex hormone secretion are closely related. The decrease of sex hormones will lead to abnormal blood volume, irregular menstruation, and easy dysmenorrhea. In addition, women's private parts are prone to breed a lot of bacteria due to structural characteristics. Therefore, it will secrete some secretions to achieve self-cleaning. But the lack of sex life may lead to the lack of secretion, which cannot achieve self-cleaning ability, thus causing inflammation. Therefore, it is not that no sex life can avoid gynecological diseases. In the final analysis, hygiene is more important. So, as long as they keep clean and take some safety measures, girls can still do what they like with confidence. A happy mood will make them more and more beautiful. Since abstinence may affect their appearance, girls don't need to consume energy like boys when they applaud for love. Does this mean that girls don't have to worry about the impact of indulgence? Like men, women also suffer from a decline in happiness index when they indulge too much. After all, human sexual organs are like other organs. They also get tired, just like overuse of eyes can affect vision. Having sex too many times can reduce the sensitivity of sexual organs, resulting in reduced sexual function. At the same time, too much sex life may also backfire, making women lose interest in applauding for love and thus become frigid. In terms of the impact on the body, the harm of female indulgence seems to be indeed smaller than that of male. Generally, it only leads to poor mental state and more fatigue. But at the same time, it also greatly increases the risk of infection of reproductive organs, and the probability of suffering from some gynecological diseases also increases greatly. By now, I can draw a conclusion that whether men or women, excessive abstinence or indulgence are more harmful than beneficial. What is the appropriate frequency? Women's Health magazine once published a formula for the frequency of marital life. American scholars summarized a formula based on the age rule, which is that the frequency equals the first digit of the age multiplied by 9. For example, a 20-year-old person, his or her frequency is 18, which means he or she is suitable for 8 times in 10 days, and so on. 30 years old is 7 times in 20 days, 40 years old is 6 times in 30 days. Of course, this is just a reference value and the specific situation varies from person to person. Generally, the frequency is good if there are no symptoms such as sore waist, weak legs, dizziness, and fatigue the day after release. I think as long as you follow your own ideas, you can do it whenever you want. If you feel uncomfortable, you don't have to force yourself. But if you want to do it every day, you may want to consider whether you are too idle recently and need to find something to do. Some people may still remember the example I gave at the beginning. Since we already know that the longevity of monks has nothing to do with long-term abstinence, why is it that half of the monks live longer than 70 years old? In fact, there is no scientific evidence that long-term abstinence can extend lifespan, and those physiological and psychological problems caused by abstinence may even shorten people's lifespan. The reason why these monks live long is probably because their living environment is very stable. Under the feudal system in ancient times, the people lived in the misery of feudal exploitation and their basic life was not guaranteed. In contrast, these monks were respected by the influence of religion, away from the troubles, had no worries about food and clothing, and the temples had few natural or man-made disasters. Coupled with regular work and rest and a peaceful mindset, longevity was not surprising. In today's increasingly rich material life, the monk's advantage is gone. In some regional surveys, it was even found that the monk's lifespan was actually lower than that of ordinary people. A long-term vegetarian diet can potentially result in nutritional deficiencies. Without proper planning and supplementation, vegetarians may lack essential nutrients such as protein, iron, zinc, vitamin B12, and calcium. This can lead to various health problems like fatigue, anemia, muscle weakness, and impaired immune function. Moreover, suppressing natural desires and instincts, such as the desire for meat or sexual intimacy, can go against human nature and have negative consequences. In modern society, sex is no longer a taboo subject. It is a natural and healthy part of human life. People should have the freedom to enjoy a fulfilling sex life within reasonable limits. However, excessive indulgence can lead to negative consequences such as mental fatigue, decreased work or study performance, and even serious health issues. In conclusion, my friend Mr. Bear followed my advice and made positive changes in his lifestyle. He now has a radiant complexion, abundant energy, and recently married his beautiful girlfriend. His overall well-being and happiness have significantly improved. And that's a wrap for this episode of the video. I'm DR.RED Panda. If any of you have your own perspectives or if you think there are any errors in the video, feel free to leave a comment in the discussion section. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Until next time, take care.